Hello, we are Sornia. Such a delight, a pleasure to be here to share this time with you. We've been sharing a lot of time lately, wondering how all of you have been enjoying your exploration of time and your understanding of time. We hope that it's beneficial to you and you are gaining a deeper awareness, a deeper understanding of the nature of your reality. This is why we are coming forward to talk about different aspects of the nature of your reality so that you are more able to master your reality than if you were unaware. These changes that both with time and other aspects of your reality that are altering, that are evolving, that are shifting, those aspects, it's gradual, it's subtle, and many will not see the changes until it's taken to such a degree. And that is why we wanted to be able to share this with you, our wonderful devoted listeners here, so that you will be one step ahead of any confusion that may be a result of this shifting of your understanding of reality. So there's a couple of things going on here when we talk about the nature of your reality. It's very complex. We've mentioned that many times. And there's the nature of your reality as it is, but it is your also interaction with the nature of your reality, how you perceive your reality, how you have accepted those perceptions that you have about your reality. They have become ingrained in you, and they become what you see as reality, as truth, as the definition of where you reside. And we're suggesting to you, not suggesting, really, we are saying to you that this is changing. One, because your reality is shifting and changing, and it's shifting and changing because your perceptions are shifting and changing, evolving, expanding. So it is only natural that your reality will take on a different tone, will take on a different hue, will alter. It's part of this greater plan that we have talked about with you many times. This plan that you have designed, along with us, hundreds of thousands of us, more, millions really, more and more come on board. But as far as the design of what we are doing, there are, yes, millions that were together to put this together to equip those of you who are currently in human form with the tools to be able to master, maneuver, and gain your foothold in the reality that is shifting. It's not going to be the same. Why? Because your perceptions, your understanding, your consciousness is evolving. Therefore, you're perceiving your surroundings in a different way. So too are your surroundings shifting, evolving, changing, becoming less dense as you perceive them in a different way. So you're just at the beginning of this, very much at the beginning, very much early stages of understanding this. Even though it has been going on, this is the way third dimensional Earth and other dimensions, but we're speaking here, third dimensional Earth is how it works. So one part of this that we talked about with you already is time. And you're contemplating the meaning of what we shared with you about time, and we would encourage you to continue to do that and be observant of it and make note and notice what it is that's shifting, what it is that you are observing. what it is you are experiencing in regards to that, so that you can, again, master it. But that is one aspect of your reality that is forming and reforming and evolving. So too is your, what we'll call another aspect of your reality, the nature of your reality also is what you might call space, your space where you are residing. Now that gets tricky too, because it does bring in, what is it about space? This is here. And we don't mean space like outer space. We're talking about your relationship to your surroundings. Your relationship to your surroundings. We don't know how you're going to experience your surroundings differently. We anticipate that you will. So we are here to help you prepare, if it hasn't already begun, that you are prepared to recognize that your surroundings, your space, that's what we mean when we say space, is very much molded and shaped by your perceptions. And you might go, well, wait a minute, just mine? Everyone's? Well, just yours and everyone's. So everyone is included, but yet you too, as a single entity observing your space, are also shaping and forming it along with the collective. And this is where it gets a little questionable for many, because they will say, well, wait a minute, if this is like this and I see it differently, but everybody else sees it one way, how can that be? Well, you will see in time that as you are moving through this phase, along with the phase of time, again, this is all working in unison. The time, space, and there'll be other things we'll talk about with you. These constructs that you have that allow you to function in a certain way, these are evolving and changing, but they're mostly evolving and changing because of you, because of what you are doing. So when you are in a space that you call your home, that space has been, let's say, affected and influenced by you and your perceptions and what it is you believe a home would be, or what a neighborhood would be, or what a city would be. And it's very complex. We are only going to touch the surface of this just to have you be aware, because you will want to be observant. Primarily when you are outside of your sacred places like your homes. This will be primarily, we feel you will notice it in environments that are familiar to you, but not so familiar as your home and your sacred space. Those of you who see your homes as sacred spaces will keep that feel, and therefore we don't see the shifting or evolving yet of your sacred spaces, okay? But those spaces that are maybe just familiar places for you, your streets and the buildings you work in, or where you go for your coffee or your lunch, or any number of things where you may do purchasing, that's where we would suggest that you take the time prior to entering these places or a street, going for a walk, stop and say, okay, Sornia talked to us about the fluid nature of the reality of space. Can you show me what that means? And be open and perceptive as possible. Let's say be as open and perceptive as possible to what is not there normally, what is not felt by you. You will want to use your feeling body, your emotional body, your feeling body, along with your eyesight But you could close your eyes and still have this experience, because it will come through the feeling body that you will, if you so choose, because it is just at the beginning of your ability to know how you are influencing the space in which you are in. So just at the beginning, take the time, ask, so that you can be shown how your perception, when it is more open and less of a limited nature of like how things should be, that you enter into a space that's familiar to you, yet has changed in some way. Make note of it. You may feel, because it's a feeling, as we said, you want to pay attention to those feelings, because that's where the really truth of the communication will be. But you want to know what it is you're feeling, what it is you're sensing, just to be the observers at this point. Because you might be thinking, as you're listening to this, why should I bother? What's the point? So the point of this is that you become fully aware of what you are doing to create the spaces around you. What is your role? What have you accepted? What have you not seen? What do you see? How do you see it? How do you experience your environment? Because how you are experiencing it is a reflection of what you are projecting out. And this next learning that you will be doing will teach you what it is that you need to know in your next steps of evolution in regards to freeing yourselves from the limitations of the limiting beliefs that you have accepted, that came in when you came in, that you accepted with the physical form. We've mentioned this many times. We'll say it again. You are here now to transcend all of those limitations and to be an expression of the divine in human form. That means you must understand what it is that you have been doing, how you have been doing it, how this has all been created, so that you can create with your own powerful abilities of mind and heart and your spirit. You can create that which you feel is beneficial. You're a ways away from that. We don't want to really give you amounts and times and things like that, because things can change from one moment to the next. But we want you to know you're just at the beginning of this. This could be a learning phase that goes very quickly, or it could take a long time, because there's a lot that is very deeply embedded. It's how you have been controlled, and we've talked about that many times. So you want to remember that in your day-to-day life, you want to be observant of time, which we talked about. Now you want to also, in addition to that, be observant of your space, how you see things, how you sense things. Use your physical form with the feeling body to understand the subtle nature of your reality. Because there's so much you are missing. There's so much more that's there that you don't see. A perfect example of this is those individuals who are able to sense and feel the departed, that have left the physical form but are still alive. How is it that they are able to sense and feel and experience that? Their deceased loved ones. How is that? Because they sense and see things that others don't believe in or find it impossible. And there's so much more than that. So when you master this, which is the ultimate goal, that mastery, and it all ties in, you will see how you have been creating your reality from the get-go. Yes, you've had influences from forces outside of you, both positive and negative, but the negative forces have sent only the energies of entrapment. You have chosen to be entrapped. Your ancestors have. This goes all the way back. So it's not anyone to blame, but it's not the truth of who you are, and it is not the truth of what you can be when you are in physical form. This is the ascension. This is the most liberating time, the most exciting time that anyone could possibly be on in earth reality. It's a very powerful time. That freedom that you will find, that liberation that you will find as you move forward. So this understanding of your space and time may seem a little far-fetched for some of you, may seem difficult, but we would just offer to you and suggest to you, take a little time and kind of play around with it. See how you are experiencing everything around you through that lens of time and space with that awareness, and ask to be shown. Ask to be shown. Because those things that you want to experience are in the subtle, nuanced energies that are present, but that you have not been able to see due to what you believe you are able to see. That's all changing, as we've said. So, this pretty much sums up what we wanted to share with you. There's so much for you to be grateful for. So very much. And that's something we wanted to bring up. Remember the gratitude that you have for this experience, the joy that you can feel, but mostly the gratitude. Your world needs it. You need it. Take some time in your coming days to be quiet and feel the gratitude. Feel grateful for what you do have. This is a short window of time that we are able to send these energies of gratitude to you to support you. Let's say they're feel-good energies. A little window of time that's opened up. So it's a little bit of a break for all of you. For a few days, maybe a week, a little bit of a break. Enjoy them. Breathe that in. Breathe in the gratitude. Breathe out the gratitude. Know that you are loved. Know that your role is very important. Know that you are all one. You are all connected. And you will all go through this and improve your experience, and you will understand and you will bring forth all of that divine light and love that is endless and infinite and vast and beautiful. Thank you very much. We love you very much. That is all. We are Sornia. Goodbye.